Hello, this is RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Mobile Weekly / Mobile Q&A. We go over all latest news that happened during the week of mobile and answer your questions live. If you have any questions you want to ask, just ask them in the comment section down below and I will answer them before the end of the show. Now again, I do apologize for Sunday. Started a new job and started off with a bang. It has been crazy, definitely, all throughout the week. And yeah, today was my day off and still didn't really have a day off. So that's how it is when you're salary sometimes. But I am trying to get back on track for the YouTube front. So I do apologize for the slight break, but Sundays should be fine. So from now on, we will still have Mobile Weekly on Sundays after this past weekend. Alright guys, so let's get to the mobile news and what's been going on in the world of mobile. A lot, actually. Huawei. So much that it's messing up my screen. Huawei is definitely been in the news. Definitely a lot going on with it. So let's go over the highlights of it as my computer overheats and I'm getting this glitching thing. Alright, so let's start off. So first of all, Google has suspended Huawei's tides. That was the big news that hit on Sunday. And it was even more crazy that I didn't get to go over it because of that, just because it blew up on Sunday. But at least with this, we actually got more and more information because of the past 2 days. So, again, I do ask you guys to refrain from going too much into politics here or countries or anything along those lines, just because we want to keep the chat as friendly as possible. So, first off, what happened was that, as my screen goes blank, that Huawei basically was taken away from having access to the Android platform as well as Google services. That's what hit the day of everything going crazy. Then we got some clarification. So, one, Huawei would continue to get security updates on all existing devices, and all existing devices will continue to get Google services. So that's fine. We are going to have it. If you have a P30 Pro, you are fine, you are perfect. You might not be getting an update to the OS of Android Q, but everything else, security updates, monthly updates, you will get those just fine, at least from Android's front. So now we get more into it. So that was the original thing from Google. Then we realized it's just not Google. It is every US company that Huawei works with that provides hardware for them. The big two were also Intel, as well as, Intel was really big, and Micron. Intel is really big because of the fact that all of their laptops use Intel processors. They all have i5s or i7s on them, so their laptops are being halted right now because without Intel processors, you will not be able to make the laptop in its current generation. Now, I will let you guys know that AMD could still work with them, so that is a possibility down the line that they just might switch all their laptops to AMD and then be perfectly fine. But this also does stop Qualcomm as well from working with them. So this is a lot. Now, in certain parts of this, like Qualcomm is kind of a loss, but not completely because Huawei does have their own processing manufacturer. But Qualcomm makes antennas, so does Huawei. But again, it's just now Huawei has to rely on their own processors, has to rely on their own antennas for all their devices, not just some of them. And this, of course, extends to the Honor brand as well, which just launched a new phone, the Honor Pro, just coming out. So this is a big thing where it's multiple brands that this is affecting from Huawei and underneath Huawei. So this is pretty important because this not only takes away their cell phones, but it effectively takes away even their laptops. So that's a pretty big deal in terms of all of this. Then they did get some reprieve. So what does that mean? That means for the next 90 days, they will continue to do everything from security patches to updates, software, all that kind of stuff for the next 90 days. Now, I will say the P30 Pro was taken away from the Android Q beta, so I do not know if Huawei will get Android Q at this point. I do not think that Android I think actually, I take that back. I think Android Q will release in the next 90 days to Pixel phones, but will it release thereafter? That is a whole nother thing. Now here's the thing. Android as an operating system is open source, but they have a modified version which is Google stamped approved, and that's the version that Huawei will no longer have access to. So Android as an OS can be used by any company. For instance, Amazon. They have that Android open source version, and then they fire it up with Amazon Fire stuff, and then they have what you know as the Kindle tablets. So all of those run a modified version of Android on there. That is the version that Huawei will still have access to. No problem. By the way, Android will still work just fine too in China. This is anywhere outside of China. So, which is obviously big. Huawei is the biggest maker of China. Basically, if you're not too familiar with Huawei, Huawei is as big to China as Apple is to the US. You know how most people buy iPhones in the US? Most people buy Huawei in China, but even more so, because in the US you really have a duopoly with iPhone and Samsung. Over in China, it really is a majority Huawei. So that is a big difference. And although Huawei is still going to have no problems really in China, where they're going to have problems is all around the world without the full version of Android. Now, that being said, Huawei has been working on their own operating system for a while, and they said that they will now implement this operating system as soon as the fall. And it will have apps, because apps that work with Android should also work with this operating system, or this modified version of Android, namely. Now, just to give you an idea, we don't know if this will be a modified version of Android. It should be, just to get everything you would want from the app ecosystem, but it could not be. We do not have details. Huawei has not really released details because they weren't expecting to need it already. I will say, although a lot of people are like, oh man, they've been working on this since 2012. Yeah, Samsung's been working on Tizen a lot longer, and it's still nowhere near as good as what you have on Android. So Tizen, for those of you who don't know, is Samsung's own operating system that is on their smartwatches, it's on their smart TVs, and that operating system is decent, but obviously still nowhere near a competitor to Android. And while people say that Huawei might have a lot of influence, they do not have as much influence as Samsung does in terms of how many phones they sell. Samsung is still king, and this will only hurt them more in terms of Huawei not being near them. So it's a really crazy all the way around, to be honest. It really sucks for Huawei. They are going to lose hundreds of millions of dollars, easily, if not billions. And this is definitely costly. I mean, the Mate 30 Pro was easily in line, coming out later this year, to be one, if not the best smartphone of the year. How good the P30 Pro was, the Mate is always the better version at the end of the year, just kind of like how Samsung releases the S series and the Note series. The Mate series is their crowning achievement, and now it most likely will not be as good as the Pro, just because of all this stuff, and obviously not having any Google services on the new Huawei phones after the 90 days is a big concern. My thoughts on this are, all I can say is the two things I will say that are slightly political, and again, do your own research on it so you can research and find out for yourself. But one is that so far I will say that there's been no evidence that has been brought up of Huawei spying. Now, do you believe they will because of Chinese law and all this kind of stuff? That is completely a possibility. But two, I will say that Huawei has said they will sign any and all anti-spy and no-spy agreement right away that will put them on the line for billions of dollars if they do this with any country. So they have said this, and this is why a lot of European countries are still going to allow Huawei to build their 5G infrastructure, just because they're very affordable, obviously. And they're signing documents like this, they're willing to, so that they can work with any company. Or any country, rather. So it's a big thing. It's a big thing because it's a big player. I mean, you are talking about a company that sells more smartphones than Apple. And they were literally just crippled. Like, crippled. This happened with ZTE, but the difference is that ZTE was this much smaller player. They didn't have as much power and leverage as Huawei. Huawei has a lot more power and leverage, but they weren't crippled this bad as ZTE. ZTE was just denied from the US. Huawei is effectively being crippled outside of China with this. So let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think this is a sad thing that you hope there's a resolution for? Or do you just see it as, you know, I never trusted Huawei, good riddance kind of thing? I'm very curious on your thoughts. My thoughts are, I love Huawei as a company and the innovation they've come up with. Look, their Honor phone they just launched the other day, which will hopefully, I mean, I still want to review it. But I don't even know if they'll allow me to because of US, you know, and our international viewership isn't as high. But the Honor has now the lowest aperture ever on a smartphone at f1.4. So effectively, if it had a better software, it could be the best low light out of any smartphone in the market. That kind of innovation to push Samsung, to push OnePlus, to push LG, to push Apple, to do better quality is what I liked about Huawei. You know, is what I saw the good in them, no matter how much I thought of the brand or how much I did or didn't like it. You know, and not to mention, I think software is probably the weakest part of a Huawei phone. I think Huawei phones are amazing hardware, but not always the best software. So I'm very curious on them making their own operating system. Overall, I just liked more competition for better reasons, just because I think we wouldn't have had triple camera phones if it wasn't for Huawei. On Samsung, I don't think we would have the triple camera phone without it. I don't think we'd be having triple cameras on the iPhone this year without Huawei. So even if you don't like Huawei or have no interest in them, I think them being a part of the global market has been good to make Apple and make Samsung specifically more than anyone else step up their game. So that's my thoughts on it, and those are all the background on it. If you have any other questions, leave them in the comment section down below, and I will get to it before the end of the show. All right, now let's get to the Galaxy Note 10. I know everyone always wants updates on it, so let's go through the updates for the Note 10. So, of course, Ice Universe did throw in his 2 cents on the latest of the cameras of the Note 10, and the two big things are, one, the front camera position will change from the S10. So it will most likely not be in the corner over here. It will most likely be moved somewhere. Two, the camera rear layout is also going to change. It is going to be on the side going up and down, just like it is on a couple of the A series phones and like it is in the Galaxy Fold. Now the reason for this is because it's supposed to have an optical zoom camera. Now the debate on this is, how much of an optical zoom are we getting? Because right now, Samsung has their new 5x optical zoom ready for smartphones. And they're already in the works for the 10x optical zoom. And this is optical zoom. What they did was they bought the company that, I think it was Huawei or Oppo, that Oppo was using for their telescopic zoom. They bought that company. So because of them buying the company, they now have the ability to do amazing optical zoom in different camera setups. So that is really awesome. I'm very excited for a much better zoom on the Note 10. I think if it has a 5x optical zoom, I will tell almost any and all personnel who has a Note 9, you should upgrade. I think if it has a wide angle camera and that much of an optical zoom, and of course things like a bigger battery, you know, newer processor, all that kind of stuff. But really, if it just has a wide angle camera and a 5x optical zoom, if you take photos, you should upgrade your Note. I remember when I was out with my mom like a couple weeks ago, and she was like, "Oh, you have a wide angle," like she was like, "Why can't I get my camera like that to be as wide as yours?" And I'm like, "Oh, it's a newer phone, Mom, so you would have to, you know, when you get a newer phone." And you know, she'll probably get the Note. She's always gotten the Note. She didn't get the Note 9. She has the Note 8. Hers an easy upgrade for the Note 10. If it has a wide angle and an optical zoom camera, she would love that just for the camera. So definitely worth it, I would say, for most people, because I know I always get that question: is it worth it to upgrade? I would say from now till the launch, if it has a 5x zoom and it has a wide-angle camera and you're a Note 9 user, you should upgrade to the Note 10 just for that great camera improvement, because it's so much more versatile when you have those two. All right, in other news, we got a new Google Assistant speaker finally. So I have wanted to have a Sonos speaker for a long time. I hear how good their audio quality is. I've heard nothing but great things about Sonos, but they only had Alexa as a smart speaker. Finally, they did the free software update they were talking about for pretty much a year, if not over a year, I feel like, that their speaker is now going to have Google Assistant on there. This will be for the One speaker, as well as it should be coming to the Beam, which that is a soundbar that definitely I am looking into. I just don't want to spend that much money. We will have to wait and see. So yeah, definitely interested in those. So that's what's going down right now. Overall, I think it's going to be a really good quality upgrade to have Google Assistant built on there. And they did say that if you have two Sonos Ones, you can actually use both different assistants. So you can basically say, have Google play a song, and then ask Alexa, what's that song playing? So it's kind of interesting how it'll work like that. All right, in less tech news, but really still quite interesting in terms of business things that are going on. Disney has taken full control of Hulu now. So now Disney, besides coming up with their Disney Plus streaming service later, they now have full ownership of Hulu. And Comcast stuff is still going to be on there, so the NBC stuff, all that kind of stuff is still on there. But it can be taken away at any point, basically. And then everything will be removed by, I think, 2021, if I'm not mistaken. No, sorry, 2024. They will leave, basically. All of that content will leave. And it's because, of course, NBC is going to have, or Comcast rather, is going to have their own streaming service. So, you know, you're going to end up having the big three. You're going to have Disney Plus, you're going to have Universal NBC, and you're going to have Warner Brothers. And then you're going to have what's left of Netflix. If you have Netflix stock, sell. But yeah, so those are going to be the big three streaming services. They're all going to compete against each other, and a lot of these little ones are going to go away. What do I mean by little ones? I mean like DC Universe. DC Universe probably won't stick around. CBS, what is it? CBS All Access. That's going to go away. It's going to go into the Universal NBC. So these are going to go into the bigger ones overall with all of those. WB, Comcast, and Disney Plus will be the dominant ones, and Disney's going to have two for now, Hulu and Disney Plus. All the Fox content is going to go within Hulu and Disney Plus. It's just going to be more curious if Disney will end up getting rid of Disney maybe Hulu, or will they just have it separate for a while and maybe put more mature content on Hulu and more family-friendly stuff on Disney Plus. I don't see rated R stuff being on Disney Plus, but I do even see PG-13 stuff on there. I mean, all of Fox content that is PG-13, I think, will end up on there. I mean, you have The Simpsons already coming, and I'm really curious for just where all the TV shows will go. I couldn't imagine Family Guy on Disney Plus. I think that would be more Hulu. So there could be a division there for you guys. All right, then you have some interesting marketing news, and I love marketing news because I do have a marketing degree, and that's what I studied in. Iron Man himself, Tony Stark, or really Robert Downey Jr., will be with OnePlus now for their marketing campaign. Now, although I will say this is a surefire way to make OnePlus lots of money, let's not forget that Robert Downey Jr. has represented another phone company, and that marketing was absolutely horrible. I blame it on HTC themselves, but yeah, that did exist. They did not utilize him well and all of his strengths. But yeah, lots of money given to him. I do not know how. I don't think it disclosed how much, if I remember correctly. But you can imagine it was definitely a couple of million. Robert Downey Jr., I mean, apparently made $75 million for Avengers Endgame. So you can imagine he wasn't cheap. I'm probably guessing a couple couple million at least for them to get him for a long-term ad deal. And finally, the last bit of news we have today is the Samsung Galaxy Home Mini. Yes, we do not have a Galaxy Home yet, but apparently we're getting the mini version. And this comes from a leak on the FCC that basically shows the FCC logo will be on the bottom right there. And these are the Galaxy Home Minis. So this was the one we saw at CES, and then this is the one that's coming out. I think this could be a good idea. I mean, why shouldn't Samsung just put it into a bunch of their speakers? They have so many speakers for Harman Kardon and AKG. Why not just make Bixby a part of those? I think that's a better idea. Really curious to see how much it goes. They kind of show the prices on CNET on how well would it compete with, you know, the $50 price point of the Google Home or the Echo Dot going for $50. I think that would be a good point to start off with, and we'll have to see how well it does. I'm still not too excited about a Bixby speaker. The real thing I could see is controlling your Samsung TV, controlling your Samsung washer and dryer, controlling your Samsung oven, controlling your Samsung fridge. That is what I really see Bixby shining more so, and anything that uses smart things as an ecosystem for their smart home products. Alright guys, that was all the news this week. Now let's get to your questions. If you have a question you want to ask, just ask it in the comment section down below, and I will answer it before the end of the show. Now I do have to zoom in a little bit because I do not have my glasses right now, so we'll see how it goes. Alright. That was a long talking segment. Technical difficulty with the tech guy? Can't be. It was a little bit of technical difficulties. It was more so father difficulties. My daughter has a science project due on Thursday, and I was trying to help out, make sure it looked good, along with my new job being, for the first time, I started Friday. It is now Tuesday, and my district ended #1 in my new job. So yeah, pretty happy about that. They were on the bottom, by the way, when I started. So yeah, pretty happy of how it's going. Check the WWE schedule. I sacrificed WWE show to be with you guys today. So no, I was not watching WWE. Alright. Let's see. Will you still do a video on the S10 night camera mode? Yes, Holiday. I actually had that all set up the other day on my day off, and I got a bunch of calls from my job. It is the thing about being salary. Your days off aren't always your days off. I literally have everything set up and ready to go for it. So hopefully I will get to record that tomorrow morning is when I'm hoping to do it, and then I could publish it tomorrow night. But we'll have to see. I'm being quite honest, this job has really taken over a lot, and I need to really balance out more on how I can improve my YouTube channel while still doing this job. Ouch, that's a big oof for Huawei. Fingerprint reader on iOS coming back. Yes, so they are working with, and this has been around for a long time, I will tell you that. They're working with identification process companies that basically you can put your fingerprint on your phone, and that can be used as a valid form of ID. And this has been going around for a while because there are certain states that are already testing out electronic driver's license, or sorry, not electronic driver's license, electronic driver's ID. A driver, well, is it your driver's? I don't know. It's too late. I'm too out of it. Yeah, but your ID is basically your driver's ID, driver's license. No, I don't know. Yeah. Look at these bags. So yeah, so they're already having that on your phone for your identification. So there is this movement towards that, but I just think it's going to be so long before any of these regulations pan through. And I think that will be with iPhone having a fingerprint in-display scanner. I think that's what it's going to end up being eventually, but I don't think we're getting it this year. I suspect most of this will go away by their next launch. I hope it will. I really do, because, again, the Mate 30 Pro would literally go from being probably one of the best-selling phones of the year, as well as one of the best smartphones of the year, to one that most people wouldn't buy because it doesn't have Android and Google services on there. No Gmail, no Play Store, none of that stuff would be in the future phones. So yeah. Huawei's prices going up. Actually their prices, well, their prices in the US are going down. If you go to like B&H Camera, they've cut their prices I think 30 to 50 bucks on their smartphone. So yeah, the ones that have them in the US are selling at a lower price right now to keep selling. Because you won't get support for it. So they have to incentivize you in some way. Apple plans to store your passport in your wallet. That's another thing that is, again, your ID and your passport they're hoping to digitize it as best as possible. But you have to clear it with so many different states and federal regulations to have that be acceptable. Have a new S10 Plus, hot word. Oh, did I say the hey or okay? Because I didn't mean to. You're saying, oh, you're just saying yours doesn't work. Check your settings. It would be under, let's see. If you for the Google Assistant, you would have to go to the Google app itself, and then if you hit manage your Google account, or no, would it not be under, would it be under more? It would be under more, I think, and then personal search. Nope. I couldn't think of it off the top of my head, but I know there is a place in the Google Assistant where you can check up on those things. Just can't tell you off the top of my head. All right. This is really sad for Huawei. It really is. Huawei got to come up with their own stuff even more. Yeah, a lot more. I love my S10. Thought the S10 Plus was a bit too big, but it's not as huge as the OnePlus 7 Pro. I've not had the OnePlus 7 Pro, so yeah. Huawei. Goodbye. I hope I pronounced that right, R. Rawson. Huawei to release their full lineup within 90 days, confirmed. 90 days to do it. That is funny. Would they move up their Mate 30 Pro so that it could have all the Google services? That would be a definite do it in my opinion, but can they do it? I don't know. OnePlus 7 Pro versus iPhone XS Max, which is faster in day-to-day use? It's hard to say because I've actually not used the OnePlus 7 Pro. I've constantly been contacting OnePlus 7. They said I'm getting a media kit. Haven't heard about it. So I think I'm gonna end up buying one because I haven't heard anything about getting the phone. So yeah, we'll see. But I will say that for day-to-day usage, the Note 10 in a lot of side-by-side comparisons was running faster than the iPhone XS Max. So I would say the OnePlus 7 Pro would even be faster. So yeah, I would say that yeah, the OnePlus 7 Pro is going to be faster than the iPhone XS Max for day-to-day usage. It's been a while since I've been on. Hey, Troublesome14, I remember you. Glad you can make it. iPhone batteries have always been small. It's a huge reason why I avoid them. I definitely agree. Huawei phones are looking problematic for anyone outside of China right now, even though the Mate 20 and P30 Pro series will likely be the last supported. Value has dropped drastically. Oh yeah. Cough, cough, watching on an honor, cough. There you go. I'm hearing hype on the S11. Yes, S11 is already being talked about. It is going to be called Picasso, if I'm not mistaken, because the Note 10 is called Da Vinci. So now they're going to be naming them all these different names like that. But Huawei gets backing from the Communist government of China, and many nations have found backdoors in the programs installed on their headsets. So I've only heard of one from Valdaphone, and they said it wasn't a backdoor. It was like a security thing, and they told Huawei about it, and it was removed like immediately. But then it got labeled as that, and Valdaphone even denied it. They were like, "No, guys, this is what it is." So again, nothing that I've seen that's really, like when looking into it more, I have not seen any actual evidence. I'm not saying that it doesn't exist out there. I'm just saying on all the research I've done, I've not seen anything that has been actual evidence for it. It will zoom to the moon. I thought it was Mars. I hope they won't put fake moon pictures in images like other phones. Oh, Huawei uses a filter to make the moon photos look good. I'm not denying that. They paste a picture of the moon on the moon so it looks better. You mean maybe moved in the center, perhaps? It may have the first sensor from Core Phonics. Only time will tell. Tell me if you know. Camera hole in the middle, ugly AF. Yeah, I really don't like the idea of the camera hole in the middle, but I'm hearing that it might be in the middle. I don't feel a need for a front camera, honestly. It's not a need for me. I'm not addicted to selfies. I never take them. I think it's more so for video chatting. That's what I would say, at least. But I do just want to screen the back of the phone. I want to screen the back of the phone. Just, that's all I want. Whoa, a whole bunch of questions just flooded. Everybody drink. Let's see. Yay, new speakers. Huawei phones are great. I'm happy with my Samsung. I really can't see myself leaving Google services. I can't either. I'm not leaving Google services. Got into Mario Kart Mobile beta for tomorrow. Can't wait to play it. Mario Kart Mobile? Have I just been out of the loop? I didn't know that was coming to mobile. Tell me your secrets. Hey, Ricky, did you hear the rumor about the Note 10 5G is only going to have a 4,170 milliamp battery? Note 10 4G is going to have a 3,800. Samsung Insider website posted a pic of the battery. Samsung is licensing in Korea. Well, we have seen a lot of batteries post from Korea, to be honest. So we've seen those two, but we've also seen 4,200 and we've also seen 4,500. Which one it'll be, we'll have to wait and see. But I would be shocked if it was really that low. Ah, yes, the Disney takeover. Unbox Therapy starts the podcast. Yes, they did. Anyone else getting ads from their Facebook app? No, I'm not getting ads from my Facebook app. Like Popup Ads? I mean, they've always had some ads. They're taking over one stream at a time. Let's see. They can hire Iron Man, but they can't do water resistance tests. I know. Saving money, huh? That Iron Man was way more than an IP6 rating. Facebook sucks, but it's good for some things. Yeah, I would say so. John Wick 3 is absolutely amazing. If you didn't hear already, there will be a John Wick 4. So that has been announced. 2021, John Wick 4. And you should totally see John Wick 3. Yes, though, no spoilers about it, though. It just came out. So definitely worth seeing, though. Definitely worth seeing. Did not do a movie review on it just because it wasn't as big. But if you want my 2 cents on John Wick 3, definitely a great movie. Starts off high action. Me and my wife absolutely loved it. Although she said, as most of you know, my wife is pregnant. She said, shame on me for exposing the kind of violence. The baby that's in the womb. But yes, it was awesome. Let's see. I think $30 is going to be a good price, perhaps. $30 for what? Like for a streaming service? I would say that's too high. Oh, Google Home Mini, or like a Galaxy Mini. Sorry, Galaxy Mini. Yeah, I think $30 would be a good price for it. I think that's a great price, to be honest, because it's undercutting them. Galaxy Home is mostly going to be Asia, not North America. Plus, most of the AI behind Bixby is being used for Samsung self-driving cars they are working on. So, looks like it won't be in the US that much. Oh, a bunch of questions just loaded. Everybody drink. You can see the Galaxy Mini during the summer of the Galaxy Roadshow Tour across the nation starting in a few weeks. Well, there you go. We'll see the Galaxy Mini then. In other words, everyone keeps their eyes on the community tab. This job has taken its toll on me. Yes. This job has taken its toll on me, for sure. Damn it, I'm late. What did I miss? Everything. Huawei's thoughts, Samsung speaker, Note 10 camera placement. Now you're caught up. Yeah, basically. Do you have any updates for the Galaxy Fold? No, no one does as of right now. I don't think there's any updates in the Galaxy Fold other than it's coming soon. I still think that Samsung should totally wait till the Note 10 launch. But everything I keep hearing lets me know that they're going to come out before the Note 10 launch. We'll have to wait and see. I'll tell you one thing. That Huawei Mate X is very interesting now because it's a foldable phone that will be one of the last phones of the Google services. Will Huawei lower the price now? It was $2,500, way too expensive. Now it might need to lower its price. Hello, Ricky. My uncle works at Landsoft Inc., which is cellular RF networking. He's an engineer, saw your video on 5G, and said you were pretty much spot on with pretty good information. Wow, thank you. That's so nice to be like validated on some of that information, because I will tell you, I have been called many stupid and idiotic things for my 5G video. People saying that I didn't know what I was talking about, didn't know anything, all that kind of stuff. So it's great to know from an engineer that does cellular RF networking that actually knows their stuff. So tell him I said thank you so much, and thank you so much for passing that information on, because man, I still got freaking so much flack for that 5G video when I thought I researched it well and I was told that I didn't know what I was talking about. So yeah. I can't get Bixby routines to show on the face widgets on the always on display. Help. Bixby routines on a face widget on always on display? That is so niche. I haven't even tried anything like that. So, So we're going into settings, then we're going to always on display. Then we're going to face widgets, Bixby routines. It's the bottom one. You're saying it's not turning on for you? Have you set up any Bixby routines yet? Oh, dang it, it unlocked with my face. Alright, let me see. So yeah, I can totally stop my Bixby routines and start it right there. From the always on display or the lock screen. Let me try it on. So when I tap it on the always on display, then it does. So when I tap the always on display one, then it does show me it on my lock screen. And because my lock screen is labeled as detail for the notifications, then I can automatically turn it off and on. So there you go. Hopefully that helps. Only big things coming for the S10 series are the new colors and limited edition S10 line to start the Olympics. Got it. Yeah, I figured we always get new colors and stuff like that. Hi, Ricky. I was wondering if Samsung TVs have Google Assistant. No, they don't. Or do they have only Bixby installed? They only have Bixby installed. Yes. You can get like an Android TV, like the Shield, NVIDIA Shield, if you want Google Assistant on there. Or, no, yeah, that would be the main way. Or a soundbar that has Google Assistant, which LG is coming out with one, JBL is coming out with one, and who's the other company? Sonos. The Sonos Beam just got the update for it. That's what we talked about earlier. So, yeah. Did they delay the Huawei ban? They didn't delay it. Huawei, well, I guess you could say it's delayed 90 days. They're having a 90 days reprieve. They're also allowing certain networks to be. So there are some Huawei networking technologies in, I think, some some Northern American countries, states. So some states in North America, or Northern America, I don't want to think it's the continent, like Oregon, Washington, some states like that, apparently do use Huawei products to use their cell towers as well as their Wi-Fi. Those currently exist. If Huawei would have to take those away or deactivate them, you would have people without internet. So that is another one that is currently being okayed for now. But yeah. I have pop-up ads from Facebook. Virus, it's an adware. Check any recent apps you've downloaded recently and try to remove them. Also clear the data on your Facebook app, and hopefully that will work. Call of Duty is coming to mobile. I heard that one. I did not hear about Mario Kart. Yeah, Nintendo wasn't very public about Mario Kart Mobile. Just released it in the background, and the email I got was a closed beta, says not allowed to take screenshots or videos of it. Well, I'm very jealous of you. Totally take screenshots or videos and send them to me. No, it's fine. Don't want you to get kicked out of the beta, but that is very interesting. How about this? Tell me about it on Next Mobile Weekly, so I will know about it. Intelligence scan on Note 9, tough feature to hype up. Not rushing for the Note 10 with holes in the screen. And I decided I still have the Note 8 for trade-in. I'll keep my Note 9. You can, but again, that was just my 2 cents for the cameras. I have Call of Duty Mobile 2. It's a great game. May say it better than B4-3. You are right. The next handset are all code name from Renaissance artists, but the phone lines are for the S and A series, Note, and M series. Got it. Samsung have time to wait on with the Galaxy Fold due to Huawei's issue. I agree. I think they should wait on it. We'll have to wait and see. Samsung. Oh, what? Oh, hi, Ricky. Please do more videos with your wife. Some family content would be appreciated as we can see another side of you. Congrats on your son and hope you're becoming a mini-me tech guy. Yeah, so I've definitely requested my wife for more videos, believe me. So yes, it's definitely been a thing, but one day I think I will convince her, but we'll see. We'll have to wait and see. Adobe Premiere Rush was released for the S9 and above today. Yes, it was, and it cost $7.99 at a discount a month. I was really upset by that. It really made it like it was going to be free for Samsung users, and the fact that it was a $2 discount and Adobe's charging $10 for it really kind of annoyed me, especially because it's on a phone. I get it. It looks a lot better with DeX, and I'll probably do a video on that when I get time, but definitely disappointed in that for sure. Ricky, what did you think of the Game of Thrones finale? Okay, without doing spoilers, I will say I didn't care for who sat on the throne. I also didn't care for what happened to the North politically. And yeah, that's it. I liked, for the most part, everything else. It was more so the season where I was kind of like iffy about, but I've accepted it. It is what it is, and yeah, I do agree with everyone that I don't think well, here's the thing: I disagree with some people. I don't think it was necessarily bad writing. I think it was just too short. I think if they would have had 2 more episodes, it would have been a perfect season. Or maybe not perfect, but it would have pleased a lot of more people. I think, especially episode, what was it? Not 5. Yeah, 5 and 4. 4 and 5 were so condensed. Like, you were just like, wait, that was so long ago, and it was in the same episode. Like, it was so condensed that they really should have spread it out. But those are my thoughts on the Game of Thrones. I haven't used Bixby Routine. What is it good for? Watch our video on Bixby Routines. It is definitely really good for a lot of things. Best part, one of the best parts of the Samsung phone for sure. Damn, I'm at 1% battery. I have to rewatch this. 1%, you can do it. Note 10 should be all screen displays, front, and have a camera that comes up like the A80. There you go, why not? That would be cool. As for Google Assistant question, go to Google Apps settings, then voice go to voice match, and hit slide from voice match. There you go. Perfect. Thank you, Quiet Storm. Are you going to run iOS 13 beta coming soon? Probably won't run the beta. Maybe, actually. Maybe I'll just put the iPhone on there. I don't know, because see, I usually sell the iPhone in August, so unless the full... No, because the full version wouldn't come out, and then, yeah, I wouldn't probably do it. Because you can't sell one with a beta anywhere near as well as you could just selling it regular. I bought a new Samsung A70. Should I set it up new and install apps one by one, or bring over apps and data from my old phone settings turning it the first time? You can bring your stuff. Apps are what sometimes screw it up, so if you don't want to bring over your apps, that's fine, but everything else is fine to transfer. Your apps can mess it up if you have, or just select your apps more carefully, I would say. Canada and India are in the process of removing Huawei towers from cell components. Along with India, they have made contracts with Nokia. Sansa should have died. I will say I didn't like Littlefinger. I didn't like how Sansa turned out. I felt like she was like Littlefinger, and I didn't like him. So yeah. What is the best YouTube video editor for mobile phones? We've talked about it a lot before. I can't remember. Do you guys remember what the video editor I always recommend? I haven't recommended it for a while. But, oh my god, what was that video editor? I do not remember what that video editor was. Techie, did I have it under this folder? Proton VPN. I do not remember what video editor. I've mentioned it a couple of times. If anyone remembers the video editor I always used to recommend, I just haven't video edited forever on phones. But there was a clear one. Let me just search it on the Play Store, video editor, and see if it comes up. I know if I see it, I'll remember which one it was right away. Video editor. KineMaster, there you go. KineMaster, K-I-N-E Master. That is the best video editor on Android, or on, I would say on mobile. Well, I mean, it's pretty comparable to iMovie, like very basic like that. It's not going to be the best thing ever, like a Final Cut or Premiere, but yeah. did you see my avatar photo on the left on the Samsung promo New York store online? I can't really, like, it won't let me click on it to open it or make it bigger or anything like that. I hope they invite you to the Note 10 X Unpacked event. They are starting to the planning process and getting things ready. PTO blackout dates for employees was sent out to plan for the global launch. Got it. Yeah, I hope they send us too. We'll see. If they send you the APK or Mario Kart Mobile on Twitter. Oh, yes, if you send that to me, I would greatly appreciate it. That would be so awesome. What did you think about the announcements at Google I.O. and the Google Assistant looks insane? Oh, I loved it. If you actually watch, we did a live reaction to Google I.O. That part I went absolutely insane with. I was like, that is insane how quick it was. It was just like jaw-dropping and how good that was. Yes, do not get in trouble for sure. To give me the Android beta for Mario Kart. I will totally do a video on it, and I will totally do, or no, I won't do a video on it because then you might get in trouble. I don't know if they have a way of tracking that. So yeah. Wow, let's play Mario Kart on the phone. Would love to play Mario Kart on Android, definitely. What is the best app in the world right now? The best app in the world right now, bar none. Bar none. Is the app I made 51st Date Questions? No, but this is my friendly reminder. You should definitely get 51st Date Questions. It helps support the channel. It's a great game to play if you're on a date night, whether it be on a first-time date or on a date with the person you love for many, many years, or even if it's just a one-night stand and you want something to do besides, you know, crazy stuff. It's a great thing to go about. So yeah, 51st Date Questions, definitely look into it. A lot of fun. That's my pitch for the day. All right. I think we are winding down, guys. Again, I do apologize for just, again, not being as much on YouTube lately. Trust me, I have not gotten much sleep. Have not had much time to do anything because I do take YouTube very seriously. It is literally my family, work, and YouTube right now, and that's all I've had time for. So yeah, I will try to do more videos. I know there's a lot that people are waiting on. The 10 hidden features stuff. I know that's a big request one. The must-have apps for the. I mean, I still have S10 videos to do. I still have the LG G8 videos to do. I still have the low light videos for the S10. Like, there's so many videos I know I need to get on, besides stuff that I've been sent to. So there are a lot of things that I will get on for sure. So yeah, there's definitely things that I will try to do big things to get it for. They should send you to Samsung Unpacked. You deserve it. I've seen other YouTubers get invites on the S10 and laugh about how they were not going. That is very sad. That hurts me. I will say that I totally hope they do the Note 10 announcement in San Francisco again, because that is a lot easier for me to get to, so I can just drive there rather than New York, which I would have to fly and all that kind of stuff. So yeah. All right. So yeah, guys, that will be the end of the show. And we will end there. And yeah, again, I will try to do my best at managing my full-time job with YouTube. And hey, if you guys know anyone that could sell really good cell phones, send them my way in the LA area. So yeah. All right, guys, thank you as always so much for watching. Anything else we got? Need Note 10 to drop already. Battery life on my Note 8 sucks now. That will be a big improvement, I believe. We downloaded your date app on the S10 5G beta version over at the Verizon offices in. We have a bet on how long it will take them to notice it. That is hilarious. You downloaded that on the phone. That is hilarious. That is absolutely hilarious. Thank you so much for that. That is just awesome. Alright guys, thank you all so much as always for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure you give a like, thumbs up before you head out. That will be our show for today. Stay tuned. We will bring back more weekly on this upcoming Sunday. Thank you as always for watching. This has been RICKY, the YouTube Tech Guy. Thank you for watching our video. If you liked it, why don't you go ahead and subscribe up there. Make sure you follow us on social media right here. And of course, check out our latest video up there. And right down here, you're going to find the perfect video for you. Or at least that's what YouTube tells me. Thanks again.